The killer had only murdered the toy factory owner when the surrounding toys memorized his face. This decision landed him in serious trouble. For the assassin had a very bad habit. After each killing, he'd take an item as a keepsake. This very act gave the toys a chance to track him down. At first, John remained unaware of the danger. It wasn't until he returned home, showered, and prepared to sleep soundly, that strange events began to unfold. Late at night, John was jolted awake by the doorbell. Opening the door, he found a delivery package waiting. Having made no online purchases recently, this left him thoroughly baffled, perhaps fearing retaliation from enemies. John unwrapped the package with extreme caution, wary of accidentally triggering a bomb. Fortunately, his fears were unfounded. Inside was merely a green toy box. On the box's top were labels detailing the toy soldiers' types. The strange part? The toy company belonged to the very man he'd recently killed. John still decided to inspect the box's contents thoroughly. When he lifted the lid, he was stunned. Dozens of soldiers were neatly arranged on the box's top, while various weapons and equipment lay below. Each figure was strikingly realistic, some wielding knives, others holding rocket launchers. At first, John, a top-tier assassin, didn't take these little figures seriously, but no sooner had he looked away than something bizarre happened. The toy box, which had been neatly placed on the table moments before, was now mysteriously scattered across the floor. John's first thought was that a burglar had broken in, but after searching the room thoroughly, he found nothing. When he looked back at the toy box, it was completely empty. Now John was utterly baffled. He couldn't fathom how dozens of toy soldiers could vanish in an instant. Just as he was searching, the lamp suddenly went dark. Judging by the scene, it had been severed by a sharp blade. While John was still baffled, the exhaust fan light began flickering erratically. One strange occurrence followed another, leaving John utterly speechless. He slowly approached to inspect further, only to feel a sharp pain in his foot. Pulling it out, he discovered it was the bayonet from a toy gun. Instinct told him danger lurked beneath the cabinet. He scrambled back 2 steps to maintain a safe distance, then crouched down to investigate properly. But the next instant, a barrage of microbullets forced John back into the corner. When he peered out again, the attack shifted to beneath the sofa. This time, small rocket projectiles joined the assault. Uncertain of his attacker's identity, John could only find temporary cover to hide. Only when the area fell silent did he scramble to his feet, rushing frantically to the bathroom. Now John was truly terrified. The bullets themselves were no big deal like tickles, but multiple rocket launches? No one could withstand that. To uncover the attacker's identity, John quickly grabbed a mirror and cautiously pushed open the door, intending to use the reflection for a closer look. Instead, he was shocked to discover, after losing his target, the attacker began firing indiscriminately. John's furniture suffered severe damage, including his favorite table lamp. This complaint inadvertently revealed his position. John wasn't one to take such humiliation lying down. Furious, he immediately drew his pistol to retaliate. Of course, the small handgun was hardly enough to solve the problem. John was only using it as cover. His real goal was to reach the kitchen, to grab the powerful submachine gun stashed in the storage container. After emptying 2 magazines, the sofa finally fell silent. But when he lifted the cover to look, the scene before him shattered his perception once more. His attackers turned out to be toy soldiers. John's earlier barrage had caused heavy casualties among them. Now they were clearing the battlefield and tending to the wounded, seemingly poised to launch a second assault at any moment. John stomped 2 soldiers flat with his massive foot, but no sooner had he dealt with this immediate threat than 3 armed helicopters appeared from beneath the sofa. They locked onto John and unleashed a barrage of fire. Though John dodged the shells, his face was slashed by the blade's high-speed rotation. This enraged John beyond measure. He swiftly grabbed his pistol, focused his mind, blowing one helicopter to smithereens with a single shot. He then slipped into the bathroom amidst the chaos to hide. Just as John finished treating his wounds and pondered how to escape this predicament, the front door was instantly blown open with 2 gaping holes. Simultaneously, a helicopter crashed through the opening. Fortunately, John reacted swiftly, wrapping it tightly in a towel and tossing it to the ground where it crumbled to dust. He tossed the toys inside into the toilet and gave them a thorough lesson with the hairdryer. After all that, the room short-circuited. Worse still, the bathroom was about to fall. With no other choice, John climbed out the window and tried to cross the exterior beams to reach the living room, but halfway through, an armed helicopter spotted him. After dealing with the threat, John finally reached the balcony safely. He'd been extremely cautious throughout, never drawing the soldiers' attention. The little guys naively believed John was still hiding in the bathroom, keeping their guns trained on the doorway. This gave John the perfect chance to strike back. Spotting the fire extinguisher and rubber duck, an idea instantly formed in his mind. He activated the rubber duck and placed it in the pool to lure the patrolling soldiers nearby. He then quietly used the fire extinguisher to block the gunner's vision, quickly taking them out one by one with fire. Once the dust settled, he tossed the toy soldiers into the oven to burn them. Though John's approach was sound, he made one fatal mistake, failing to properly count the soldiers, and John would pay a heavy price for it.